I'm online too much. I'm chronically online and it's eating into my reading time. And to give you a little bit of perspective, I manage to read between 1 to 2 physical books a month. Like if they're obviously over 1,000 pages, it's gonna take me longer. But even like a 300-page book, it would take me 2 to 3 weeks to read because I'm just usually online too much, mainly Discord. So the idea with this vlog is I'm going to change my social media time to reading time, because my point is I want to go online with a purpose, not just because, oh, I'm bored, where I could actually just pick up the book instead of just being like, oh, let's just read. Like I've got the Kindle app on my phone. I could literally just pick up the Kindle book I'm reading when I'm bored doing something, rather than going online and just read that instead. I have a problem. So the rules are I'm allowed between an hour and a half on a day. Not allowed to go over that limit. If my phone shuts off mid-conversation, it shuts off mid-conversation. I'm not allowed on past 7 p.m. and I'm not allowed to pick it up until 6 in the morning. I wake up at 5:30 to give you a bit of state, like, yeah, I'm not waking up and immediately going on the phone. That's the rules. But if I fail any of these, I have a jar of punishments. I asked a lot of you on Instagram and a couple of friends to give me kind of bookish punishments that I could do if I fail this. So it gives me more of an incentive to keep this going. And the point is, I'm not counting my audiobooks. I'm only counting my physical reads. Hardly any online time, more reading time. Can I do it? Can I do this? I guess we will find out. So it's now 7 p.m. I am now locked out of my phone and I've just walked through the door. As you can see, it has reading mode on it. I don't know if it, will it scroll up? Yeah, so they're old notifications and then you have reading mode ones, which is basically my little thing telling me, was my drive personal or business? Because being self-employed, I can claim a very, very small pittance of amount of my petrol back. Reading mode is on. I'm not even going to look at, well, I can look at my phone, but I'm going to try not to, but I'm not allowed to go on any social media apps, which is cool. Okay, so why did I come home so late? Good question. It was pissing with rain at work and it just took me longer to do work. And then I had to go to the shop because I realised to cook my dinner for tonight, I needed honey, didn't have any. The hardest part is going to be when I'm eating dinner, because that's usually the part when I'm on social media all the time, scrolling through messages or just TikTok or Reels. And then I'm probably going to read Daughter of the Otherworld. My other option is Heart of the Wyrdwood because I'm X amount through. Or there's also the book that I'm reading right before bed on my Kindle, which I did read today. I was proud of myself. I have read today, only like a couple of pages, but I still read while I was waiting for my physio, instead of scrolling Discord and shit. Also didn't help that I didn't have a lot of signal. I opened up my Kindle app and was reading that book. So I read, because it was on my phone, I said like five pages via this. Yes, I have 3 options of what I want to read because I'm reading too many books at the same time, which is not a good vibe. Sometimes I feel like, yeah, I can bounce between it all what I want, and then sometimes I can be like, well, actually maybe it's overwhelming me because I'm now reading too many books at the same time. Do you get my drift? Because I'm actually also reading Malazan book 4, but I put that on pause because brain isn't braining, so I'll probably pick that back up after this vlog. And obviously Heart of the Wyrdwood, Daughter of the Otherworld, and what else am I reading? Because I can't be fucking asked to log it half the time. Daughter of the World. What is the one that I'm currently reading on my Kindle called? I have no idea. The Wickwire. I want to say Warwickshire, but that's not what it says. And I don't understand this. Why do I do this all the time? The Wickwire Watch. Which, it seems fun. It seems like a mystery kind of thing and just kind of whimsical at the same time. I'm not very far into it, but it seems fun. It seems to be a little bit on the long end. I don't know if it's also me thinking, wait, I've been reading this for quite a long time. Why haven't I finished it? Because it's also my bedtime read. So there is that. Oh, is that all I'm actually reading? Because I just finished To Sleep and See a Stars today. Do not recommend. Do not recommend. Really wish I DNF'd it. Oh, I'm also reading Tales of a Deadly Devotion. Technically, I'm still reading Fire and Blood, but that's been like for over a year, and I have 100 pages left, and for some reason, I just haven't finished the book. Don't ask me why. I'm getting to the point of, do I just restart the whole thing? I probably won't, because it is a lot. But I am 91% through this book. And I started June 23rd, 2024. It's been over a year. Wow. Maybe I should pick that up and actually finish this in this vlog, but that's probably not going to be tonight. So those are my plans. Let's see if I can stay off my phone while I eat dinner. YouTube is fine, but no other social media. So we will see. But I'm going to get everything organised and try and cook my dinner and tidy somewhat the house, even though I've been on my feet all day. The joys of adulthood. Good morning. It's now the next day. What did I read last night? Zero. But to be fair, I didn't go online, which was a good thing. I got home at 7. I never touched online. I was listening to a couple of YouTube stuff, I think. Mainly watching None of the Rings, or listening to None of the Rings play Tales of the Shire, which is kind of fun. But I did a lot of housework. I pretty much cleaned the whole house top to bottom, and I hoovered this morning. So I haven't actually done, I didn't have time to sit down to read. So by the time I did that and then had a shower, it was 8:30, and I was like, I am just tired. So I literally just went to bed. I was like, I just couldn't even fathom opening my book. I did turn on my Kindle and then I was like, I'm too tired, and just went to bed. I don't know if that would consist of a fail or not. I'll let you decide. I'm saying no because I didn't go online. I stuck to my rules. I didn't go online after 7 p.m. and I did adult shit, which I didn't want to do. If I didn't have to do the adult shit, I would have sat and read. But here we are. But it is now 7:20. I have to leave at 8 o'clock because I've got some errands I've got to run today, mainly and do some shit. So you may or may not come with me, but I have Daughter of the Otherworld sitting right here. Can I finish this? This is my goal today, is to finish Daughter of the Otherworld. I'm on 305, so I have 160 pages to read. I can do that's doable in a day, and it is my day off. But as I said, I have errands to run. If you have not heard of Shauna Lawless or tried historical fantasy, try Shauna Lawless. The way she writes her characters in her historical fantasy is just so, I want to say alluring, but it's not alluring. It's well done with so much expertise. And I'm like, what? And the stuff that I didn't even know about what happened in Ireland makes you want to kind of go, I want to go back and read some shit. And in the last book of the first era, Land of Living and the Dead, she left some historical books. So if you want to learn more, read these. I was like, jotting that down. Shauna Lawless is probably the single-handedly author who has really gotten me into historical fiction. Or some of the other historical stuff I've read have been just fine. Not her stuff. Her stuff I gobble up. I'm going to sit and I'm going to read for 40 minutes before I do have to actually leave. And then once I've had some errands I've run this morning, I'm going to come back and I'm going to read some more. That is the plan. Let's see if I can get through this. What the actual literal fuck, Shauna Lawless? Oh my, I was so sucked into this book. I didn't even want to touch my phone, which is the whole point, apart from when I went onto her Discord and literally went, Shauna Lawless, you are an evil, evil person. And she just cackled. Of course she would. Because she's Shauna Lawless. Because, oh my God, this book, okay, this is the arc of this book. I know I'm late to reading this book because it has come out. Shauna Lawless can write a story of historical Ireland that makes me, a literal woman, think I'd like to live there. In historical Ireland, going through wars and horrible people and things happening to so many people of both. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, please. The ending of this book, the reveal at the ending of this book. I need book 2. If I had book 2, I'd pick this up immediately. I just would not be able to stop because, oh my God, this book had everything and more. Like the historical events woven so artfully and effortlessly, I got there in the end, throughout these pages. Plus you have everything that is going on with the characters and the worlds and how compelling all of these characters are. Even characters like Gormla, who is an evil fucking bitch, and Cecil and Donica. Oh my, everything that she's done with the mythology and the history into this compelling book. Go read it. What am I going to do now? What am I going to do? I'm the type of reader, when I finish a book, I can't start another one. I have to do something else. But I'm also like on Gavin's, as you could probably kind of see at the end of the screen, reading sprints at the moment. And they're sprinting. Bearing in mind, they finished the sprint. I went fucking mute. I kept reading because I was like, sorry, boo. I love you, Gavin, but hello. I need to finish this book. If you ever want a book to make you not pick up your phone and to just lock in and read Shauna Lawless. Just Shauna Lawless. 5 stars. Oh my god. I want to almost go back and reread it and then pick up the things that I missed. And I need book 2 and I need book 3. I need everything Shauna Lawless is ever going to write. I will devour it and I will read it. I think I'm going to go and scream some more at Shauna Lawless and maybe pick up Heart for Weirdwood. While I have been literally freaking out over this, I haven't picked up another book yet. I'm still freaking out over this book. My phone has now locked me out of social media. I've hit my limit and I was in the middle of uploading a story screaming about this book. So this is where my restraint has to come in. Can I put my phone down and pick up another book and read? We will see how I go about this, because at the moment I'm like, I just want to talk about this book with people who have read it. This is where it gets hard. I just want to talk about other people who've read this book, and yes, I can't. This is the predicament I'm in. I think I'm getting sick and it's not good. I suddenly came down with a really, really sore throat this afternoon, and because of that I went and got pizza from the pizza van, which is wood fried pizza, and it's so lovely, and I added extra garlic to it because I heard garlic's actually good if you're coming down with a cold. And to be fair, my throat feels a little bit better, but I've also been drinking honey. I literally went to work with my little flask, and as I'm doing the horses I was literally holding that flask to my chest like it was my lifeline because it's really sore. So if I sound a little bit weird, that's why. I have an update for you. It's time to pick a punishment. Yeah. I went over my allotted time. What annoys me about the screen time is they allow an hour and a half for, so instead of just being an hour and a half for each app, it's hour and a half in total. So I've hardly been on TikTok, I've hardly been on Instagram, but it was Discord. I was on there for about an hour, and then half hour on Instagram, and that was like it. So I think once this challenge is over, I might up it to 2 hours and just kind of see where we go. But it's 7:30. I've not been back on it because I was mid voice note with my friend talking, and I was like, oh damn it, and I just clicked ignore and then just sent the voice note. So I only went over by like a little bit, but then because I went over, I went, do you know what, fuck it, let's just go on Discord for a bit more. But yes, it's time to pick a punishment. What am I going to do? What is it going to be? Second chance author. Read a book by an author I've just liked before. I don't know if you can really read my writing. Okay. That's going to take some thinking. Okay, well, once I finish possibly Heart of the Weirdwood, I'll have to go on to that. Second chance author. Do you know what? Mathew Ward. I did not like Legacy of Ash. And funnily enough, I actually own the ebook of his other series because the craft was there. It's just some parts of the story I was like a bit meh on, and then by the end of it I was just like, no, wasn't really for me. The darkness before them, all paths lead to vengeance. These are dark times for the kingdom of Kalad. As the magical mist of the veil devour the land, the popular struggles beneath the rule of ruthless noble houses and their uncaring immortal king. Kat doesn't care about any of that. A talented thief, she's pursuing one big score that will settle the debt that destroyed her family. No easy feat in a realm where indentured spirits hold a vigil over every vault and treasure room. However, Kat has a unique gift. She can speak to those spirits and even command them. She'll need every advantage she can get. Kat's not a hero, she just wants to be free, to have her old life back. But as rebellion rekindles and the war for Kalad's future begins, everyone, Kat included, will have to pick a side. Set in a world of ancient myth and dangerous magic, the darkness before them brings a heart-pounding adventure where a thief dares to seek vengeance and finds herself on the path to war. It sounds fine. It doesn't really sound brilliant, actually. I don't really think I have anything else that's like a second chance author. To be honest, there's also The Magician by R.E. Feist, so I could pick either one of those. I can't be fucked to to go get my copy of The Magician. It's a nice broken binding edition. It's just, I'm too lazy. It's over there. I don't know what it's about. Apparently it's a dragon, but it's big. They're both big, so I could do either one of them, depending on which one might fall in for Herkrid. So it's probably going to be one of those two. So that's going to be my punishment, but it's 7:30 and I have my book with me. I am this far through, about halfway. So hopefully I can just settle down and read some of that while I drink this lovely honey tea, because my throat is hurting me, and then I think I'm just going to go to bed. Hello. I am still very ill. I was very ill. I hardly read anything. It was bad. But I did end up finishing Heart of the Wyrdwood. The day when I said I was falling ill, I didn't do anything. I just sat and watched Lord of the Rings or Neil Bourne play Baldur's Gate 3, which is just a brain off thing. It was fun. It was entertaining. But I could barely keep water down. Even the thought of even drinking water made my stomach go, you're going to be sick. And it would be it was horrible. And then the next day I felt a bit better, and I could actually eat. But I'm a bit better. And because I pulled from the prompts, I've also started The Magician, and I'm actually enjoying this actually a lot more. That punishment may not actually be a punishment, because second chapter also, it was fun. It was entertaining. I'm only 3 chapters in. It's entertaining, but it's a big book and the chapters are long. But I'm having a good time. I started this morning in bed before I got up. Even though I was sick, you think I wouldn't be online. Tell a lie. The last 2 days I went over my limit on Friday and on Saturday. So we need to pick 2 prompts from the jar. And let's find out what they will be. Sell 3 broken binding editions that aren't personalised to me. Has to be a series. So I'm probably going to sell the Black Sun series, and Kings of the World is definitely coming. So I was going to sell that anyway. But depending on if I love Magician, it may be on the list to get rid of, because that will be a proper punishment. I love it, but I'm getting rid of this nice edition. It could also be the first binding, maybe, or the Dragon Punch. There are so many. I have too many editions. There's so many options. I don't really know, because there are some, but it's proper punishment. Okay, so definitely the Black Sun is going. What's the book come? Black Sun series, because I am going to probably read book 1 first, see if I like it. But I'm just going to get rid of it, because I didn't originally DNF book 1. I do want to try it again, because I DNF'd it via audio, so it may not be like my kind of thing, but it could be an audio thing, whereas I might like it on physical. And then I will probably do you know what, actually? I'm tempted to get rid of Liza Lochnamoura. I've mainly done that via audio. My brain is not braining. I'm still sick. I've mainly done that via audio, but I'm also not a massive fan of the edges. Let me show you. These are the edges, and I don't know about them. And don't get me wrong, like, I enjoyed Liza Lochnamoura, but oh wait, this is personalised to me. Maybe I won't get rid of them. I forgot I met Scott Lynch and got him to sign it. That's backfired, even though I'm not a fan of the edges, but I don't have the edges out. What else did I get rid of? I could get rid of the first floor standalones, because I'm not a massive Abercrombie fan, so I could get rid of them. I think what I'll do is it's either going to be the Magician series or the first floor standalone series. I think that's what my plan's going to be. Depending on how much I love Magician will be depending on if I get rid of the first floor standalones or if I get rid of the Magician series. So, because I mean, those covers are stunning, like absolutely stunning. Okay, we have a plan. We have the plan, which is the Black Sun series. I might read it first, or at least book 1, then get rid of it. Then I will definitely get rid of maybe Magician, and then the first law standalones. So it's written down. I don't know if you can really see on there, but anyway, those are the ones that I am going to get rid of. Boom, decided. All depending on how much I like Magician or not. Now, as this punishment is going to be like cancel the broken binding, I'm going to be like, oh god. I know exactly who suggested this one to me as well. And it's not cancel the broken binding either, although I'm on the fence about doing that anyway. It's play Gavin. Gavin reads his TBR game, but have to give away books. Okay, that is going to be something I'm going to have to do when I'm a bit more well and look at how to play his game. If you haven't seen his TBR game, it's chaotic and it's hilarious. And I need to get a deck of cards. From somewhere. I'm gonna have to pick up some books I want to keep and some books I don't want to keep, and hopefully when I play this, it will give me, I will win, and these books that I don't want to keep will end up being gone. That's that punishment. I am going to go back into my cave and read all day. Hello, I'm here to finally do my punishment, which is Gavin's TBR game. I'll link him below, but it's so funny. Go watch his videos. Every time I'm down, I just go watch it because he deals with so much stress and it's hilarious. But the way I'm going to do the TBR game is, instead of reading the books, I'm going to unhaul some books on my TBR and the books I want to keep that I've already read. If I have to unhaul a book that I really want to keep, I have to read the book that it's up against. That's kind of how I'm going to go with it. The TBR game is simple. You have a deck of cards. I don't have a deck of cards, so I made some cards out of cardboard because I'm a fucking cheapskate. The idea is you pull one card up and you have to guess if the next card's going to be higher or lower. And if you're wrong, you have to read the TBR game, you have to read the book you didn't really want to read. Whereas with this one, it's going to be unhauling. I have a deck of cards kind of in a Waitrose bag. So I'm going to pull one first starting card. But first off, let me show you what books are up against. So we have, and I'm going in hot here, The Will of the Many is I Want to Keep. Up against For the Wolf. There is 2 books here because they're in the same series, but there's these 2. I want to get rid of For the Wolf and I want to keep Will of the Many. I don't quite know if that's actually going to happen very well. I want it to happen, but we will have to see. So I'm going to pull out a starting card, which is 4. Now I have to guess if the next one's going to be higher or lower from this card. I'm going to go higher. And it was an 8. So I get to keep The Will of the Many. If I had to get rid of that, I think I would have cried. If you don't know, I own 3 copies of this book. I've read it 4 times. It's one of my best books ever. I don't stop shouting about it. So if I had to get rid of that, I really would have cried. For the Wolf and For the Throne, it's being unhauled. I bought that when I was, I don't know. I bought it for some reason, but I get to keep The Will of the Many. Right, next that's up is The Adventures of the Mair Alys, the Fairy Loot edition, is going up against The Cousins, which I think was an extra book in Illumicrate or Fairy Loot's box. I have no interest in this. It's an 8 was on there. So pulled a 4 first off, guessed higher for an 8. Now I have to guess if the next card's going to be higher or lower than an 8. I'm going to go lower. Oh, it's a 7. That was just made that. So I get to keep Adventures of Mair Alys. So The Cousins is now being unhauled. The last round I'm playing, these 2 books they are up against is the sort of Hagen Page and Wick edition is going up against Battle Mage by Stephen Ryan. I have tried this and I kind of think maybe I should try it again, but I did really DNF it. Now I'm a bit like, I don't really know if I will or if I will end up getting around to it. So you can't quite see those at the back, but it was a 4, 8 and a 7. And I'm going to guess, ooh, lower? Oh, I got an ace, which is like the bottom one. Okay, I get to keep sort of get rid of this. This played really well. Trust me, I'm not looking in here. This is just all like cardboard box. I don't know. So it kind of worked in my favour. So I can unhaul the books that I actually want to unhaul. That was a really bad punishment from Rachel from Reading Fairy. It was her suggestion. I hated it as soon as I pulled it out. Oh, I'm glad that's over. I'm glad I don't have to get rid of any books that I want to keep because, man, if I had to get rid of The Will of the Many, I think I would have killed over and died. Hi. I finished Blood for the Undying Throne yesterday. That book, in book 1 and in this book, the author has very, very close, probably to tears, to the point there was one character in, it's book 2, so I'm not really going to spoil, but this character isn't in book 1 at all. Something happened about her life and the decisions she made and then the ending, and I kind of knew it was heading to that because it kind of delves a little bit into the past timeline of what happened to a certain area on the map in book 1 that you hear about in book 1. I already knew where her story was kind of heading toward. It was just how it was going to get to that point. Yeah, it did tear at my heart a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And then I started cried Voidbringer tonight, and I'm almost 100 pages in. I'm 80 pages in already, and holy fucking shit, I've laughed so much. The main character, Hammer, is just hilarious. No nonsense, no fucks to give, sarcastic as anything, and it's just like, yeah, fuck you. She's a faceless, where somebody is basically, they are taken from childhood and then forced into servitude to then go and be assassins, basically. Except they can't reveal who they are and they can't reveal their names. Their names are chosen for their weapon they choose. And our main character is called Hammer because she likes bassing shit. Yeah, Hulk smash, man. Fucking love it. This update is mainly also to say most of the time this week I have gone through my screen time on my phone before 4 p.m. Yeah, it's getting bad. It's getting, to be fair, like today I was talking a lot online on Discord for a lot of things about stuff. Learning weirdly more about dyslexia, because I didn't know the whole like fumbling of words is a dyslexia thing. I did it all the time. I go to say a word, but my mouth doesn't move in the position to say the word, to say a different word. Like vigilant, I had to really think about that then. Vigilant is difficult to me. I want to say vigilant. Do not ask me why I want to put an L before the G. I'm looking at the book on my bookshelf right now. It's one of those things. So we were discussing all about that, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then other stuff, and then I had to post some stuff on Instagram, and then it ran out. I was like, damn it. But I am actually really enjoying coming home and actually not going on my phone, actually just sitting down and reading. Because, yeah, a part of me when I was eating was kind of like, oh, I kind of feel like I want to do something a little bit mindless while I'm eating dinner. But then that sucks me into the rabbit hole of I'm always doing mindless shit. That's kind of a problem. Whereas actually, I picked up this book and I read 80 pages, and now I'm going to go read some more in the bath before I go to bed, and then read more in bed. And I'm having a good time with this book. So it is making a difference. I am going a little bit slower on this book because I'm annotating it as I go, because I started reading a couple of lines from Hammer and her dialogue, and I went, I need to annotate this shit. So I got my pencil. Why is my pencil keep falling out? So I got my pencil, which is now apparently going to be my bookmark, which is just how I roll. But yeah, I am actually enjoying this, and I kind of want to kind of keep it up once this vlog is over, to try and keep this up as my daily thing. As I come home from work, maybe don't make an attempt to go online. Maybe have that as that's your blocked time of you're not doing anything when you come home from work in the evening, and that's just you reading time, unless you really feel like you want to talk to somebody and have that social interaction. Kind of pull back a little bit. My bath is now ready. I have my cup of tea because I do struggle to sleep at night, so I'm now taking a nighttime tea in hope that might help me sleep a bit better, because I've always struggled with my sleep. And I'm going to go up and read more of Voidbringer because it's such a good book, and relax in the bath, which I'll probably only be in the bath for like 20 minutes. That's like my limit of baths. I don't really have a lot of baths. I can't soak for hours and hours. I could do about 20, so it might be like a chapter, maybe 2, that I'll read in the bath, then I'll move to my bed, and then read in bed until I'm like falling asleep. And I'll either read in bed, or I'll put Neil Newborn playing Baldur's Gate 3 on YouTube and watch that for a little bit before I start falling asleep, because I can't play Baldur's Gate 3 because my laptop isn't strong enough to hold it, and I'm a skimp fuck, and nor do I have time. So I just watch other people play it, and it's entertaining and it's fun, and I love Astarion. Who doesn't love Astarion? Like, if you write me a character like Astarion, I will swoon. I like toxic vampires, apparently. But anyway, I'm enjoying this, and I am enjoying this little challenge. It's what we're on, I think week 3 we're on now that I've been doing this. So far, I'm having a good time. I'm actually liking it. I'm liking giving up social media. Who would have thought? Why do I read? Why do I read these books when they just cause me so much pain? Why do I keep going? This is a debut, and in one single book, the author has made me fall in love with this character, and then at the end, he's gone. And I knew it was going to happen. I said at the beginning of this book, I was like, this book is going to ruin me, and I wasn't wrong. It has ruined me, and I'm not even done. I have 50 pages left, and look at me. But I can't stop reading, but I know what happens, and everyone go read this book. It's really good. This book is insane. It's mental. It's fucking incredible. It is 10 o'clock. I'm at 8 p.m. in bed girly. I couldn't put this down. I read a 426 page book in 3 days because I didn't want to put this book. This was mental, and it's a debut. It's that good as a debut. Fuck off. Screaming, crying, throwing up. Everybody just needs to go buy this book. This is absolutely fucking crazy. Literally crazy as fuck. I'm baffled about, I can't even coherent my thoughts. What have I just read? How is it this good? How is this? And it's not even out yet, so I can't even scream about it with other people. I'm just screaming into the void, like how good this book is. Oh my god. I need the next book right now. Oh fucking shit. The last third of this book, mental. Obviously I couldn't put it down anyway because it's really good, because the characters in the world and everything, but the last third was just out of this world. Holy shit. Not quite a Sanderlanche, but close. Maybe like more of a John Gwyn Lanche-ish. It's only like, anyway. Fucking shit balls, man. part of me is like, just dive back in and reread it. A part of me wants to curl in a ball and go cry because of what happened in this book. The fact that in this short amount of page time, I cared so much for all the characters, the journey they went on, the relationships they built, and Elaine Ho just tore that to pieces, changed things, made the layers and layers of the characters and their moments and their relationships be complicated, but it's just and just so full of depth that I'm just shocked. Like, literally shocked. This is what I like with my characters. This book is everything I like about my fantasy. It has rich characters, full of depth, full of layers, to the point where you think you know where the story is going, but you don't. You don't, because you think a character won't do something, but then they do something that seems out of character, but it's not out of character, because it's where their character has latched onto in their perception of the world and how they grew up and how everything is wrapped around all of them. And so they make a decision that's horrifying and you're like, no, you're screaming at the page, no, and yet the character does it anyway. I'm at a loss for words. I want to talk about this book so much. This comes out on November 6th in the UK. I think it's on October 28th in America. Holy shit. Everybody needs to go to the bookstore the day this drops and just get it. I'm even tempted to get a fucking finished copy. I don't care. I will own all the copies of this, but this is insane. This is up there with Will of the Many. I'm not even fucking kidding me. This is up there with Will of the Many. If you know me, you know how much I love the Will of the Many. These two books, vastly different, nowhere near the same, right? Just want to clarify that. But for my love for this book and my love for Will of the Many, fucking close, if not equal. I will own all the editions. I will be emailing every single special edition box person, be like, make an edition of this book. Do it. Holy shit, I will sell my soul for that. Like, fuck me. This needs all the love. This is absolutely fucking incredible. Insane. Mental. Fucking, I am just, there's no way I'm sleeping tonight. Holy shit. Do you know what? I'd be so tempted. I'd be like, fuck it. Let's break my ban on going out online and just scream about this book to people. This is where it gets really hard from staying offline, right? Because part of me is like, I don't want to go online tonight. I'm in a bit of a weird mood. My anxiety's been a bit weird today. So I've just been like, do you know what? Okay, I'll just go online. Yeah. So I quite like the fact that I have got into the habit of I'm just not going to go online. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just not going to go online. But now I'm like, I need to talk about this. I need to scream about this. I've cried on camera over this book and I need to talk about it to somebody because it's so good. Oh my God, it's insanely good. And I want to scream about it from the rooftop so everybody goes and buys it for how good it is. Holy shit. Hello. We are now on the week 4 of me doing this challenge. Probably be the last week I do it. And I'm currently reading Wild and Wicked Things by Francesca May, which I originally DNF'd in audio. I didn't get very far into it because, I don't know, it wasn't hooking me, but I ended up reading like 137 pages in one sitting, which is really handy. So I am heading out to London today for a checkup on my heart with my heart surgeon. It's mostly fine, but this is going to be the difficult part, right? Because it's a case of that will be the most part I'll be most likely wanting to pick up my phone while I'm on the train to and from London, or like while I'm out and around, because I don't know why when I tend to go out and around I never really give up my phone. It's an anxiety thing to I don't know, don't look normal, people are on their phone. It's this weird thing that I just do every time, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who does it. It's this kind of anxiety thing that happens when I go out, and I just always want to pick up my phone and touch my phone and talk to people to try and calm down the anxiety that I'm dealing with, instead of actually trying to calm down the anxiety with actual proper methods. But I am going to take this with me. I'm probably going to go have some lunch in a cafe before I leave and then get on the train to go to London, because I don't have to be in London till about 4. That's kind of the plan. Can I finish this today? I'm about halfway through. Can I read 50% in the day? I don't know. I don't know if I will. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is going to be testing me to see if I can actually manage to stay off my phone while being anxious all the time. So we will see what happens. So I've been to London, sorted all of that out. I didn't read much on the train. I read going up, kinda, but on the way back, my anxiety was just too wired to focus to read. Because, I don't know about you, but every time I leave a doctor's appointment, my brain and anxiety tricks me into thinking you're making it all up. That, no, you're making a fuss over nothing. And it's not much, right? I have a heart monitor on, as you can probably see, which is, it's fine. It's just checking up, making sure things are fine, basically. Nothing serious at all. And I mostly am fine. And I think my doctor's probably being a little bit overcautious, but also it's just my anxiety talking down a problem. I really don't think it's that bad. I really don't. Because it's just to check up from an operation I had at the beginning of the year. Just seeing if it worked, really. But still, every time I leave a doctor's appointment, my brain goes in this spiral circle of, you're making a fuss over nothing, you're making a fuss, and it's not really making a fuss, but it's sort of like I said a couple of things, and he went, oh, we'll just put a monitor on you, and I was like, and part of me was like, but do I need it? Do I really do I need this? and yeah, so my brain is kind of spiraling because of medical anxiety, and my doctor is believing everything I'm saying. It's literally just medical anxiety that I'm having right now. You could also just call that normal anxiety. So that's kind of what's happening at the moment with that. So yes, I haven't read that much. I'm still only about halfway through this. It is interesting, but I don't know if I'm going to read tonight or not. I don't know. I might go upstairs and just put Baldur's Gate 3 on with newborn playing it and just let myself vegetate in front of that, because again, my brain is still so unsettled because of anxiety. Anxiety sucks, guys. It really does suck. I don't even take any anti-anxiety tablets. A part of me is thinking, should I? Because when I get stage like this, I'm just like, I'm spiraling and spiraling and spiraling down, and I don't really know, like, I have ways to cope with it. Going online is not the way to cope with it. And I know I will be fine. It's not the end of I'm trying to tell myself it's not the end of the world. If nothing comes with this monitor, that's good news. Then you can just move on and it should be fine. And nobody's going to hate you for using resources and going to see and creating this. It's not even a fuss I'm creating, but my brain is kind of like, oh, maybe you are. It's not going to be the end of the world if nothing comes from it. And I don't really think anything will, to be fair. But it's trying to tell my brain to calm down, that nothing's bad's going to happen. If there is nothing wrong, it will be the good news that we all want to hear. That, okay, cool, it's fine, you can just go live your life, and maybe it's just like once a year I go back to them and all of that going on. And even just talking about it is making me feel a little bit better, but it's just trying to tell my brain to shut the fuck up and to calm down, and the world is not ending. But even trying to talk this through with my dad, he wasn't really getting the hint that I need to talk about it. So I'm now offloading to you guys. That is what I'm doing. Offloading to you. You are just getting anxiety Mair right now, which is probably me every day, to be fair. But I did go on my phone quite a bit. I haven't gone over my limit. I'm very, very close to going over my limit. But I did go on my, but it was like 5 minutes here and there, 5 minutes, like I wasn't on it constantly the whole time, as if like I usually would be. I actually made a point to talk to my dad a lot of the time, mainly because he's just always on his phone playing stupid games. So yeah, I read for about half hour on the way up and got through about a couple of chapters. And this is getting interesting. So I don't even know if I told you what this is about. This is like a reimagining of The Great Gatsby, but with witches and romance and murder. And my only gripe with this is The Great Gatsby is set in America, which is cool, it's great. This is set in off coast England. This is not English. Where's the Englishness of this? This is set around, I think it is made up, and this is like war that came across, which is kind of alluding to the World War One, I think, but against more like witches and that were involved. I'm not getting that kind of vibe and that feeling from the particular island that it is set on. And yeah, the island is off coast to England, but even places like the Isle of Wight, Sheppey, Wales, oh no, Wales is part of Ireland. Some people, you still felt the impact of World War One. So I think probably maybe more so with World War Two, but I don't really know much about that era. But anyway, I'm just not really getting that here. It's kind of missing that Britishness of this. And if this was a made up island, just, I don't know, off coast America, yeah, I totally believe it. But it's not. It's meant to be based. They, like in England, they mention Whitby a lot of the time. It's referenced, and it's losing that Englishness that I really think that should belong in this particular setting. And every posh totty says, oh, darling. Who fucking says darling all the time? No one. Oh my god. It has eased off a bit with that, but I was like, nobody says darling that much. Like, everybody is saying darling. excuse me, no. I also find that's more of an Americanism, which is coming into my point. It's not English enough. It's a small gripe. I am enjoying this. I don't know if this is going to be a book that I would go back and reread, that I might keep on my shelves, but it would be a book that I would possibly recommend to people. And I have been talking with my friend Faye from Bookstockaholic, because she's read this. She doesn't like Gatsby. She doesn't like Gatsby retelling, so she didn't really like, that's what she didn't like about it. I'm kind of ignoring the Gatsby-ness of it. It's there, but it's easy enough for me to put aside and just focus on the witches, which is more interesting, how their power works, the witches work, and kind of the relationships and how messy everything is becoming is interesting, and that's what's keeping my attention a little bit more. I do want a little bit more spookiness in the side of, because our main character is going back to this particular Crow Island, what's called, to, because her father died, and to look at her father's stuff, and he has secret books and stuff that she's now discovering, and being a witch is now outlawed as well. So there's all of this mixing in with it. Like, I want more from her discovering her father a bit more, to understanding who he really was and why he hid what he was, and why her own mother was refusing to admit to a couple of things that she knew was real. It just adds to that little bit of spookiness, while also learning more about what you need to know through creepy books, dusty old books, basically. But I am still having a good time. It's not like an amazing read, but it's entertaining enough, right? It is good for this particular season. But it's fine. It's entertaining. It's cool. But yeah, it's not groundbreaking. It's not incredible. It's just I'm having a good time when I'm reading it. Will I go back to it? Will I remember it after I read it? I don't know. It kind of depends how it comes together. I'm still enjoying it as I'm reading it, but am I going to read more tonight? I don't know. So my plan was, originally I did really want to finish this by today, so I could pick up the Blackfire Blade and read that, and then on Saturday I could start the Jazadair, which then I'd use that book for my hardest ring challenge you ever do prompt, which would be read a 500-page book in one day, and I was going to couple that with doing a 24-hour reading sprint. I'm not staying up for 24 hours. It would just be as soon as I wake up to as soon as I go to bed, I'd just be reading most of the time, because I have the Jazadair via ebook and audiobook, so I could audiobook it while I'm working Saturday morning, and then have Saturday afternoon off. I could just sit and read all day for that. But this is not happening. This is not happening. I to be fair, when did I start this? I started this on Sunday, and then Monday night and a little bit last night I got a little bit too sucked into watching Neil Newborn play Baldur's Gate 3. I'm really enjoying it. I do really, really want to play Baldur's Gate 3, but I don't have the time. And I think if I did, it would just suck all my reading time. And I'm quite enjoying watching him play it. Like, he's an interesting player. It's perfect casting for Astarion, just got to say. But yeah, I get a little bit too sucked in, and like each episode they do is like 2 hours long, and then I watch 2 of them, and even sped up, which I always speed up my YouTube videos. It's a lot. And then also I'm like, oh, it's like 9 p.m. and I'm really tired, and I'm now falling asleep, and I've not really read a word. So, which is fine. I don't believe you should read every day. I don't. Sometimes I was like, Monday night, I did not want to read, so I just watched that, and I was like, oh, that's fine. But I still like to carve out times in my week where I do physically read, because while I do enjoy audiobooks, it doesn't give me the same feel as physically reading. I'm not, like, reading calms me. You say that, and I'm sobbing in this video and screaming at the characters in books. But generally, it recharges my battery, because my battery, I have so many batteries, or like so many spoons, shall we say, and as I go through the day, I've got less, but reading gives me more spoons, because I'm shutting off from the world. I'm leaving this world in my mind, and I'm not really on social media anymore, so that is not sucking a lot of my social energy. So then come the next day, I am a lot better, right? It doesn't really give me full energy, because insomnia sucks, and I'm not getting a good night's sleep as I should be, but that's by the point. It's why I like to try and focus on reading a lot more, and I like stories as well. I like visiting them. I like creating my own. So Baldur's Gate 3 on YouTube is kind of sucking my reading time a little bit at the moment. But again, because my anxiety, even though I've calmed down a bit talking to you about this, and I'll probably talk to my mum a bit about it as well. And then my anxiety might chill out enough for me to maybe pick up the book and read. It is hard though, because when I get in this kind of state, and I knew this would be the problem, would be I just want to pick up my phone and kind of lose myself online a little bit, as if like that's my crutch. Whereas I shouldn't use that as a crutch when I get in this kind of state of anxiety and like, oh my God, right? If I need to go online to figure something out to help my anxiety, that's completely different than going on social media and being like, holy fucking shit. So I think I almost should have just gone on no social media day to like this afternoon, but I didn't. It's a problem that I'm trying to better, in a sense, to the point of where my reaction isn't just to reach for my phone when I get anxiety. Maybe I reach for like a fidget toy or a stress ball. I do actually have a stress ball, actually. Actually, that's a good idea. Fidget with a stress ball. Reach for something like that. That is my kind of coping mechanism, shall we say, for my anxiety. That's the little update after today. I knew I'd be online a lot more than planned. I'm trying to better this, which is why this is the whole point of this challenge, is to stop me going online all the time. So one, I can read, but two, it also is helping me actually deal with my anxiety properly, rather than the other way around. But anyway, I'm going to go upstairs and go to bed. And I'm either going to watch Baldur's Gate 3 or do a bit of reading. I haven't decided yet. We will see when I go upstairs what I feel like. I might try and pick up the book. But if it's not there, if my brain isn't braining, then I will just watch Baldur's Gate 3. And then hopefully fall asleep. And hopefully I won't get good night's sleep. I know it. I just know I'm not going to. My anxiety is too high. But hopefully it'll be something. It'll be something that I could do. We could work on. And then I can finish this. Hopefully this could be done by Friday. 2 days to read how many pages? So 146 pages. 2 days to read 146 pages. If I wanted to, I could probably lock in and get this done by tomorrow. I probably could. Whether or not I will is a completely different matter. But I'm going to go to bed. I will talk to you once I finish this book. Right. I now finished Wild and Wicked Things by Francesca May. And it was good. It was entertaining. I had a good time. It wasn't helpful that as I read the last 100 pages of this, I was a little bit anxious. More than a bit anxious. So that didn't help matters either on my overall feeling of the book, but I did still enjoy it. I had a good time. It came together quite well. And there were some things that I kind of expected to happen at the same time. But it was good. It was a good ending. Good standalone. Quite a good witchy book. If you don't like Gatsby, you won't like this. But I had a good time. But now I consider this challenge officially over. I don't know how many books I've read. I've read quite a few books. I'll put the stats on the screen because I can't remember how many I read. But I did like the fact that I could just block out the world for a bit, lock in and read a lot more than what I usually would have, because something like this or Cry Voidbringer would have taken me a lot longer to read in the long scheme of things. And I'm saying that as somebody, like, yes, there are a couple of days where I literally just watched Neil Newborn play Baldur's Gate 3. That is fine because I wasn't online. That was the whole point of this. So I would have finished, like this for example, took me about 5 days. I would have finished this in probably about 3 if I hadn't been locked into watching Neil Newborn play Baldur's Gate 3 and just got entertained by that. But at the same time, I'm somebody who thinks you don't have to read every day. This wasn't the whole point of this. I didn't want to read every day. So I didn't read every day. And I had a good time. And it was nice to see that if I really wanted, if I actually blocked out some of the distractions, I could just lock in and just read for like an hour and a half and get like 150 pages done in one sitting. Whereas previously before, it's this itch of I need to do something and like with my hands a little bit and like pick up my phone, and then my phone would buzz, and then I'm okay if my phone doesn't buzz, and I think nobody needs me. During the day it's a bit different because I'm like, what if a client messages me? But I'm okay knowing that nobody needs me, nobody's important, so I don't really reach for my phone. I do when I'm taking notes on Storygraph, but also I have the phone I'm filming on which doesn't have social media on it, so I can also take notes via that phone and then put my other phone elsewhere. But I quite like the fact that I trained myself out of constantly wanting to reach for my phone and to check social media, or when somebody messaged me, I'm like, I have to answer it. Where actually now I'm like, I don't have to. If I want to log off, I can just log off. And I quite like the days where I do just log off and just ignore the world for a bit and just have a recentering. It's me time. I don't want to know about the social media world. Even though most of it can just be talking with friends, it's kind of sort of like, no, this is me. This is what I want to do today. Nobody's going to die if I don't reply to them within 24 24 hours. It's going to be fine. So that's kind of how I'm planning it, and I kind of do want to keep it going forward. I'm not going to completely restrict as how I was on this challenge, but I am going to try and keep implementing them and just be like, you know what, reading mode's going to stay on, you know, from like 7 p.m. It's just like when I read, and if I want to go on social media to scream about a book I am reading, that's also fine, but the whole point is I'm not staying on social media constantly. So that's kind of the vibe I think I'm going to go for, and just try and keep some of it up and just limit a little bit on what I have been doing. So I'm keeping the limits up. I am adapting them a little bit. So I know on TikTok and Instagram you can set your own limits within the app, so I've done that. And then the whole hour and a half that I already had a limit on is just Discord. So I know if I go over that, I'm like, oh, okay, I've been online a lot today, so I'm gonna pull that back a little bit and just sort of see if I can keep that going. But this was fun. This was surprisingly fun. Even doing like some of the challenges, it was surprisingly fun. And if you need an incentive to keep yourself off your phone, do some of the challenges. Get some challenges. Make something a little bit hard. So it's kind of like, oh shit, if I break this, if I set my limit and then I break it, oh, I have to, I don't know, give your most prized book away or something that's, you know, not too harsh obviously, but something that's just like for you personally. You can only work that out. But I did enjoy this. I enjoyed being offline for a bit. Who would have thought we'd enjoyed being offline? But I had fun. I enjoyed the books I read, and now I'm going to spend the rest of my day off on just chilling and reading and just chilling out, really. And I did hope you enjoyed this. This was a good challenge. It was fun. It makes me want to keep going with it, definitely. So I'm going to try and do that, because hopefully then I can actually get some more physical books read when I actually want to read. But there are also days where I'm just like, I don't want to read, so I'll just YouTube instead. Rather than vegetate on a phone is the big thing, is I'll just put some YouTube stuff on if I feel like I actually don't want to read, which is totally fine. But I have my limit set up. Hopefully it will keep this going forward, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the punishments that I had to take, which that wasn't even half of the worst ones that were in there. I can tell you that now. If you want me to do another one of these, let me know. I'll do it down below, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.